Hey y'all, I went out to my local Dollar Tree this morning and I found some 25-cent clearance that I want to share with y'all. So if you're interested in what my store had for a quarter, then just keep watching. Huge thank you to Christie's Connections for tipping us off about this quarter clearance event. Thank you so very much, Christy. Alright, y'all, now before I get to the quarter stuff, I found 16-ounce yarn for $5 by Red Heart. So they had this color in papaya. Here is your UPC. $5 for this yarn is insane. This is normally like $19 to $20. And then I got the pea green color. I don't know, I like it. And here is the UPC for the green. Now, I did scan a whole bunch of socks, but these were all $1.50 at my store. They might have already done the socks, but I did find the carts full of 25-cent items. So let's take a look at what was inside. Alright, y'all, we've got a lot of crafting items. We've also got wax melts and some beauty supplies. So this is like a stencil wheel. And then they had a whole bunch of like stickers and stuff. But there was this one like teacher life bag, but the seam went right down the middle in the front and it was just hideous. I don't know why you would put the seam in the front. It's weird. Anyway, they had this little wooden sign. There's all kinds of different stuff. I guess I missed out on the bigger like decor, but there is some of the stuff like teaching related, I guess like back to school related items. I did even find a journal in there for a quarter. There are these makeup blender storage things with a suction cup on the back so you can suction them to your mirror. I did pick up 2 of those for my kiddos. And then I was just trying to like figure out what else was in here. And then I found a pink one of those makeup sponge things. And there's also a purple. I think I ended up purchasing the purple. I put the pink in my bag first and then I saw the purple. So I also was trying to figure out like what exactly these things are to like tell y'all to look, but these things are so random and different that I don't even know. Like that was a potpourri sachet. So I don't know. This is a pegboard. They had a whole bunch of these pegboards. I'm assuming I could probably use that. I should have picked those up, y'all. I could use that for crochet for when I have to like stretch out my squares to make them all uniform. I forget what that's called right now, but that's probably something I need to go back for. There's also tons of crafting items. There are stickers. These I think are wall stickers with like just little baby animals on them. And there are also a ton more stickers. I know there was like a flamingo one, a unicorn. It's just a whole lot of crafting stuff. There's also the little spatulas that you use for the Cricut. Those are a quarter. I'm going to show you one of those here in just a second. I don't know why I'm showing you the wax cart when I was in this other cart. I apologize for that. I'm a ding-dong sometimes. But there were also these sour noodle candies that were a quarter, but they were expired, so I just left them. Like, I'm not going to pay 25 cents for expired food. And excuse my nails. I need to redo my nails, y'all. Badly. But they had these bamboo knitting needles. And like there's just so much. It's like crazy. You could actually pick up one of those big old things of yarn and some knitting needles for like $5.25 and gift that to someone. These are nail art, like gems, pearls, and things like that. And these were a quarter. So there's lots of beauty supplies too in here. I just had to dig through this entire cart. So it did take me a while, but I appreciate y'all listening to me drone on while I show you these items. There's that unicorn sticker I was talking about. This is like scrapbooking stuff. And there are iron-on pineapples. So if you like to make clothes, shirts, whatever, they've got iron-on transfers for a quarter. There's a UPC for one of them. And don't forget, you guys can always slow me down in the beginning of the video by clicking on the little gear symbol in the upper right hand corner, and you can slow me down to like 0.75, 0.25, whatever, if you need to get a barcode or anything like that. That's something you can do through your YouTube app. So just keep that in mind if you need a barcode. And then I found this little massager for $1, and that could go well with a lot of your penny items, like especially the spa tier table items. If you have those, put that with that and make that into a cute little gift set. Tell me these don't look like hairy Doritos, but they're hair clips. But it looks to me like 2 hairy Dorito chips. I don't know why you would want to put hairy Doritos in your hair, but if you are going for a hairy Dorito look, you could pick that up for 25 cents. This is some kind of like foot pumice stone. I'm not sure if it's electronic or not, but they do have like the replacement pumice heads somewhere for those. Alright, we've got these little narwhal stickers for $1. So if you have a kid that loves stickers, man, when I was little, I was obsessed. You can pick up some stickers for $1. This is the crafting spatula that comes in handy, and it's just $1 right now. So I would pick up some of those if you are a crafty person, because I am always using my little spatula thing for something. Alright, y'all, so here's more of those suction cup sponge holders that go stick to your mirror so that you don't just stick a wet sponge on your counter and it gets all nasty. So I guess you could just hang it from your mirror with those. There's a whole bunch of those. And then I found these stamp blocks. So if you're a stamper and you need some clear blocks, they've got them for $1. And that is not a bad price. I did find some nail polish also for $1. Then I found a larger stamping block with like a grid on it, also $1. I didn't know that all this Crafter Square stuff was going to be at my store. It was kind of crazy. I almost feel like going to other stores and seeing what they have. So there's so many of those pegboards. I definitely should have grabbed one. I'm sure they'll be there when I go back, because I will use those for blocking. That's what it's called in crochet. It's called blocking. So here, I'm just trying to see if I missed anything else. There's more spatulas, more pineapple iron-ons, more knitting needles. There's a blue spatula. And I think here in a second, we're fixing to move to the next cart after I show you this journal that I found for $1. It says, "Clear the clutter" on it. And now we're heading over to the wax melts, because those are more intriguing to me, and I love smell goods. So I started pulling things out. I didn't think this was like $1 at first until I got to the bottom of the wax melts, and I found a whole bunch more in the cart. So I will show you the UPC for that little tape dispenser. But there are so many different scents here. Like, the names weren't really on there to where I could read them. It would just say like soothing, calming. So I wasn't 100% sure. Like, it's called Clarity. Well, what does Clarity smell like? I don't know. I guess this wax melt. So it's kind of hard. You got to sniff them to see if you like them. This one's Tranquil. Also don't know what that smells like. So maybe it smells like chloroform. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Here is Soothing. So maybe that's like eucalyptus, chamomile. No clue. Your guess is as good as mine. If you're looking for some mirrored feathers, they've got you. 25 cents. More spatulas. More green wax melts. This is a silicone ice mold for a circle ice. So if you need circle ice for something, there you go. $1. So they really had a ton of these wax melts. Like, I was shocked that they weren't gone. I didn't even pick any up, though, because I didn't really like the scents, to be honest. I wanted, like, a vanilla, but I could not really find one. So that was kind of annoying. And the more I dug, the more I just found more of the same scents. Except right here, this is an aromatherapy diffuser for $1. I also left that. So maybe someone else will find it and enjoy that. I don't need it. Here's more of those little, there's the tape dispensers for $1. So if you need one of those, you can pick that up. I'm not really sure how strong and secure it is. This one was also called Soothing, and I'm not sure. It was kind of vanilla-y, but I don't remember if it had like a musk with it, and I don't really like musk at all. So, I don't know. But if you are interested in these wax melts and stuff, definitely check out your stores because you just never know when they are going to put more 25-cent items out in the carts. Well, here's my receipt for my $5 yarn. I did buy 2 books for $1.50 each, and then I bought 3 quarter items. So if you are interested in this, definitely head out and take a look at your Dollar Tree. Alright y'all, that is it for this video. Thank you so very much for watching. I truly appreciate each and every one of you, and I thank you for being here with me. Alright guys, I hope you have a beautiful day, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye y'all!